official Traitors podcast for season 4. My name is Bob the Drag Queen.
I'm Boston Rob.
And we are going to dissect the living. Yes, the living. We're going to exhume the graves of the dead. We are going to dive deep into what makes someone a traitor and what makes someone a faithful and what makes them good. Now, we are two of the most, can I say it, iconic?
Say it, Bob.
The most iconic people from the show.
And best dressed.
And obviously, I'm going to go ahead and say it now. I see the vision now.
My man, I'm excited to break down these episodes with you. We have episode 4 and 5 coming up next. Stay tuned. Let's get into it. Episode 4. We got to talk about this face-to-face murder.
First of all, I hate that I never got to do a face-to-face murder. I loved the nastiness of it. It was so fun for me.
Yeah.
And I got emotional a few times, but I watched those to the side and said, girl, I'm here to cause a scene. So let's discuss, they're making their case. They're pleading to the traitors. These are not great.
I didn't like the pleas. Number one, first of all, you're pleading for your life, but then you throw in the caveat, and if you don't, I'm gonna come back and ruin everything for you.
Caroline was like, honey, I don't beg for nothing. I don't ask nobody for, okay, well, bitch, you better ask for a ride to the airport.
You could see that she took it very personal.
Why was she so mad at Lisa Rinna? Rinna, you bitch. What? I think she was saying because she's a housewife. I was like, Candace is a housewife too. Why aren't you mad at her?
I think that's like part of it though. Like the housewives, they feel like they should be sticking together, just like the reality people. And when one does the other one dirty, they take it personal. I'm not talking to you, Tony, but I'm just throwing it out there.
But no, she's really mad at Rinna. She kind of doesn't give Rob or Candace any heat. Yeah. She just zoned in on, and Lisa doesn't give a fuck. Lisa's like,
they might have history.
I'll see you at BravoCon. No, you won't. She's like, honey, if you could even get through the door.
She is definitely taking it to the next level. You can tell that she's enjoying this.
And that's what I'm saying, guys. If you're going to be the turret, if you're going to have to murder, if you're going to have to backstab, at least have fun while you're doing it, you know?
Yeah, I had a great time. Just saying. So do you think it was a good kill? You think like they murdered the right person?
I mean, I probably would have killed Eric just because he's so sweet and charming. I mean, with his brilliant ears, apparently. I mean, he's never going to get banished. But also, I think Caroline was also never going to get banished either. So I would have chosen either Caroline or Eric.
Okay.
Killing Ron would have been a terrible idea. Ron could have said anything, and they would never get rid of Ron.
I think Ron's going to just keep on going.
Let me say right now, Candace, if you're watching, I'm your biggest fucking fan. You are the theater, the camp, the deception, she is ruling this turret.
I love the way Candace is playing. I also love the way Rob R is playing.
Yes.
I think he's doing a fabulous job of staying low key and still being level-headed and playing both sides. And I think he's doing a great job.
No shade, Lisa's not doing great.
Here's the thing about Lisa. She's coming into the castle. She has an established personality. People know her. She's a big character. So when she comes in and she's, labeled a traitor by Alan, she has to now decide whether she's going to keep with that personality or if she's going to be quiet about it.
I want to get into breakfast. Monet decides that she wants to do a little quiz on everyone who was tied to a tree last night. She's going to ask everyone, smart move.
Right.
And see who can corroborate the stories, but also make sure no one is feeding others information. I think that's actually a pretty good idea. You know what I mean?
I thought it was a great idea. And they start going through the stories. And, Ron's first, and he tells the story what happened, the traitor.
But no one believes him.
Nobody believes him?
Anything he says.
Nobody believed him. And even after the fact, when Lisa goes and tells the story and she talks about the axe, I remember somebody looked back and said, well, did Ron mention the axe? Like they're looking to pin it on Ron.
What was really kind of great, another smart move Monet did, she goes, oh, with the gold mask? And then Lisa goes, it was black. I mean, Monet is trying to get someone on something.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for her, Lisa got to see everything.
Yeah.
As Colton says later, she saw it 3 times.
3 times.
When Lisa tells her story, Ron's like, yeah, that's true. He's like, yeah, I'm going to corroborate her story. He's commiserating. with Lisa, so he kind of brings heat off.
It's amazing to me the conviction that the faithfuls have this season on how how much they just absolutely know who a traitor is.
Yes.
I mean, Ron has switched it 3 times. He's been wrong every time.
Every time.
But if you listen to him, you're going to believe him because he believes himself.
So Monet calls out Michael. Everyone calls out Michael. I think that I don't care if Michael is good, if Michael is bad. They do not want Michael in this castle.
Well, Michael's loud. He's out there. I remember when we were in the castle, Bob, Tom Sandoval, at every opportunity, he would stop mean mugging you, look in your eye like he's looking for something, like he's an investigative reporter. And I remember at one point somebody said, like, you're either a terrible traitor or you're a bad faithful. And I feel like that applies to Michael because he's just so obnoxious towards everyone.
So during this challenge, they have to take these spears that they find in the woods. By the way, these woods are disgusting.
Wasn't that 4
seasons to you.
I mean, it is the middle of the summer and it's cold in Scotland, but I mean, we have different
barometers.
different barometers for how bad the woods were.
For me, Central Park is a little too earthy. Okay, so they have to take these spears and you get to yell the name of someone whose shield you want to burn. Right. My favorite yell, the way Tiffany yelled Monet, that is burned into, as she plunges that spear into her shield. That was so good. And she was pissed. Tiffany is Monet! It really upset her that Monet called her name. But the thing is, so Tiffany is so off. The biggest mistake made during this challenge was when Monet tells Candace that she's on to Lisa.
Yeah.
This is a mistake that Jeremy made during my season.
Jeremy made it, yeah.
He told, were you in the car with us? He just mentioned that he was on to Danielle, and I was like, well, you got to go.
Yeah.
Danielle's my ride or die. You got to go. You know what I mean?
It's hard, too, because as a traitor, as soon as you hear that someone else is saying your name, you immediately, the most immediate reaction is, I want them out of the house. Where actually that power, if you harness it, you can potentially use that in a different way. I remember you did it brilliantly at the round table when Dylan came after you the first time, and then afterwards you went back and diffused the situation.
It's time to talk about the drama, the round table.
You're the traitor that I'm going after tonight.
Ian and Rob were my number one. I would not go for a gamer. Jam Jam would.
I wouldn't, because I'm not a traitor. Do you
I'm
say
not talking to you. I'm not talking to you right now, and I'm not finished talking.
to each
I mean, it's almost, you're halfway there.
I'm actually talking to Colton.
Oh, that was such a good moment.
I did suggest Ron, Jam Jam, Michael.
That's who it was.
All wrong.
Ron have always been on the table. And I was not so sure about Jam Jam. And now I'm talking to you.
Good.
But I'll talk to you now. I think you are a traitor.
Write my name down.
I'll write it right now.
Okay.
That's interesting, too. Like,
They would never kill her. She's too
why would
good.
they kill her?
Write it.
Great. Do you have 2 F's in your name or just 1?
That was so cunty. Oh my God.
Well, I'm not sworn, so I have to ask.
Well, you got it now.
So Tiffany v. Colton is so, first of all, y'all, when you're at the round table and someone says your name, first of all, you feel, for me, there's like an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, I gotta fight now. Now I got to fight these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So you start thinking, and then you get really defensive because you need people to not believe it. You can't. Yeah, it's like, guys, you cannot believe this. This guy is a liar. He's crazy. He's insane. He's misinformed. He's misguided. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I noticed when Tiffany goes after Jam Jam, Jam Jam turns right around and goes back at Tiffany. That's like a huge mistake, whether you're guilty or not. And they're both faithful, right?
Yeah.
So that's crazy. But one of the worst things you can do is just mirror that reaction and accuse the same person. If you want to get the target off you, you have to direct it somewhere else.
Tiffany, her one-liners, and Colton actually has a good one.
Colton's comeback
when
is
Tiffany
good.
says, now is that 2 F's or 1?
Yeah.
Girl! That was great. Because I'm stupid. I said, ooh, girl, honestly, he kind of gathered with that one.
Yeah.
She is going full scorched earth. Mama, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Trust me. But you got to dial it back or you got to crank it up. And you don't know which one to do at what time.
It's a situation where you have a captive audience. Everybody else at the round table's paying attention. And you have to be careful because in that moment, there's a lot of pressure, right? Mm-hmm. You mentioned something earlier. You want to fight. Not everybody's built like us, Bob. Mm-hmm. Not everybody wants to fight.
All right, let's look at this clip.
Okay.
Do you know her?
No.
Look at me.
I don't watch. She's Big Brother, yeah?
I don't know. I never saw, but I heard she's a great Big Brother player.
Yeah. Oh, poor Candace. Candace was really ate up by this one. They really fucked her up.
Tiffany, are you faithful or a traitor?
Ron.
Man, what's Alan got going on with the one eyebrow thing?
It's one with no eyebrows.
Because not everyone will understand.
Her exit line
But
was
I
so
am
good.
truly proud of the way I played this game. And you all should be proud of yourselves too, because you have proved that you get what you deserve.
And you all don't deserve me.
Because I am a faithful.
Yeah, Eric. With the golden ears. With the ears of a god. Okay, that exit line was magnificent. She took them on a journey. She was like, she made them think she was a traitor, then she was a faithful, then she was a traitor. She goes, you prove that you get what you deserve.
It was an epic,
And you all
epic
don't
out.
deserve me.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, she wasn't good because she was off on everything, but she was great TV. She looked stunning.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, Colton dug her grave. Eric fills it in.
Eric buried her, for sure. I think, like, his ears and what he heard and saying that to the group, that was the final nail in the coffin. And, I don't know Tiffany personally, but I hear she's an unbelievable game player. I've said it over and over. Traitors is by far the hardest strategic game there is. So I would hold your head high, you got done in by somebody that heard something that wasn't, and ultimately it got you. All right, now let's talk about episode 5.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate the life of my younger sister, Monet Exchange, who has been reheating my nachos for years on RuPaul's Drag Race and now on The Traitors. You were lovely, you were great, but you just didn't make it love. She made it one episode further than me, though.
She did. Is there discourse there between the two of you on that?
She let me know that she made it further than me, but I was like, that's not a high bar. Like, bitch, I didn't make it that fucking far. You know what I mean?
But what about Colton? Colton comes back. He just leads his charge against Tiffany. He's wrong. Mm-hmm. What's his feeling coming down to breakfast the next morning?
Well, oddly enough, he feels bad, but he's like, I'm going to keep doing it. Mm-hmm. And then he is wrong again. I'm like, you got to pump the brakes. You are getting a lot of attention to yourself. And by the end of this episode, we see it's not panning out. He is, I would say, him and Ron are now the two hottest names in everyone's mouth.
Do people think that Colton's a traitor?
I mean, they do. I mean, he does have egg on his face, but he doesn't seem to care. He's like, I need eggs in my diet. He's like, I don't give a fuck. There's egg on my face. Throw another one. Let's make an omelet. He just doesn't care. I'm like, girl, slow. At least do it every other round table.
No, he's got the foot to the, pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal. He's going all in. Candace does not like that she's the reason Monet's there. It seems to bother Candace that Monet is that she's the reason because she told on Monet. So after breakfast, Alan smashes it. He's really brutal this season.
Real harder. He's been lifting. I heard he's been lifting, and he's like down with those frames.
He's doing some WWF Stone Cold Stunner, DDT, the people's elbow. He's going crazy. So we get back in the castle. Ron will not quit. Ron is so bad at collecting evidence. He is now convinced that it's Dorinda. He's like, I know it. So Kristen is now floating around Colton's name. Mm-hmm. He's doing too much. Yeah. He's doing too much. And I believe that because Kristen has not stuck her neck out there yet, they're going to listen to her. They're going to listen to Colton a little bit less because, like, well, you don't know. You're wrong. They're not listening to Ron. He's wrong. Kristen's not done it yet.
No.
So they're going to give Kristen, they might give Kristen the benefit of the doubt at the next roundtable.
The Traitors are really on easy street this season. It feels
must
like.
be nice.
I'm just saying. The Faithfuls are doing all the work to kill each other, and the Traitors are just sitting back.
During this mission, they have to go get these statues, and y'all, these things are heavy.
Heavy.
The ones we had, I don't know what y'all think they are. They are heavy.
Yeah,
they
are.
are genuinely. It is gruesome, grueling work. And under every statue, there is a shield. Under some, there's
Right.
4 shields.
Right. At the very end, the last 2, there were 4 shields.
They have currently raised $106,000.
It feels like a lot.
They're doing great.
Yeah, we didn't do anything close to that.
I think this is how much our entire pot was, and they're only on episode 5. So top of the mission, everyone just kind of agrees like we're not gonna take a shield, right?
Interesting. It
all
was
on the same
collectively
page.
agreed.
Yeah.
We're not taking it. We're all gonna to me, if I'm a faithful and I see a shield, I'm getting the shield.
If I'm a traitor, I would be like, yeah, guys, no shield. But then once I'm out in the field, I'm gonna be like, we need to start grabbing some.
Exactly. I'm in the same camp. If I'm a faithful, I want the shield. If I'm a traitor, I'm not gonna push the agenda.
Or maybe I could even just encourage someone else to take it. If I can encourage Colton's fears,
I think it's bad. I'm going to disagree with you because I just think you're putting unnecessary attention on yourself.
when we're back in the castle, Ron, oh my God, like
Ron's got to figure it out again.
Ron convinces Dorinda. Ron is now calling out Dorinda to her face.
Mm-hmm.
What is he thinking?
You could make a case against Dorinda, like I said.
Yeah.
She's still here. She's back playing 2 seasons in a row. And I think, like, there is some logic that people would tie onto. But going directly to her to push that agenda, I wouldn't do it.
Him and Colton are just lobbing grenades in every direction
Everywhere.
possible.
Yeah.
And just hitting innocent people every single time, by the way.
And Rob and Candace and Lisa just watching it happen.
Just like, ooh, there's another grenade. Ooh, there's some more shrapnel flying. So Candace begins the round table. I love the way she holds court. Candace, you're such an icon. Michael is like, when I say fighting for his life, this might be one of the hardest fights for your life I've ever seen.
Right. I mean, I think it started before they even got to the round table, though. Michael started to feel the heat, okay?
Yeah.
He's like outlandish. He's in everybody's face. He's obnoxious. That only lasts so long. But now he feels like a cornered dog, and he's going to have to fight for his life.
And I think he fought a little too hard. I can say from experience that when you take personal digs at people, it does change the pH balance of the room.
Yeah.
When I took a dig at Zac Efron, people were like, hey. And I was like, it was such a light dig. Michael Rappaport's dig was not light.
It got to the point where it made everybody uncomfortable. It's like, as players, you determine where the line in the sand is. Mm-hmm. And it feels like everybody stood up at that moment and said, you crossed the line.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, we're done. Yeah.
When people say, I don't even care if you're innocent or if you're a faithful traitor, we just don't want to play with you. Not only did he dig his own grave, he filled it in for himself.
He was doing a lot.
He did all the work for Colton. Colton could have just sat back and been like, well.
So regardless of why they voted him out, he's gone.
Yeah,
you know?
In the least shocking finale since Titanic, Michael Rappaport has gone home. Okay, I mean, that was obviously a crazy roundtable. Michael Rappaport is gone. I'm sure everyone in the castle is very happy. But don't go away because we're going to be right back with a very recent murder victim, Monet Exchange.
A drag race superstar that went from a top 6 finish to an all-star crown.
And I got to say, I'm happy to be doing this podcast with you. You're the favorite person I've ever done a podcast with. And we are now with the second best host of Sibling Rivalry, Monet Exchange.
Oh, man. I felt like I was just thrown under the bus.
You were.
Bro, I just love doing it feels nice to do a podcast with someone who's like just so into it and just good and just you're just a great podcast co-host. I'm just grateful to see what it's like now.
You know, I'm so happy that I inhaled and exhaled before I stepped in today. I'm in a calm place. You're not going to take me here. I'm happy to be with a legend,
My man.
Boston Rob.
Monet, gone too soon.
Very
but still
soon.
lasted longer than Bob.
And you know what? And that is always going to be my crowning achievement.
You're one episode.
Yes, longer than you.
All right, so Mo, you've been murdered.
I know. I'm so mad about it.
Would you rather be murdered or banished, though?
I would rather be banished because at least I can go out fighting. When you're murdered, it is.
That's what I feel. I
Yes.
feel that too.
Yeah, it's like the coward's way out. I'm like, oh, y'all wanna murder me because y'all know at the round table I'll get buck wild and crazy. I don't think people at home understand the energy at the round table is so intense. It's so like. You feel like you are just a rat in a bucket scratching to get out of there. Like that's the energy it has, and I would have fought to stay as hard as I could.
I think actually, like from watching from my point of view as a faithful, the way you played, I thought you were playing perfectly, which is why I think you were murdered. Because I thought you were doing a good job, like getting in there but not doing too much.
Yeah.
And I think as a faithful, that's the correct way to play the game.
What's your strategy going in? Do you want to be a traitor? Do you want to be a faithful? Are you going to be quiet? What's your plan as you roll up in the Rovers?
Okay, when I roll up in the Rover, first of all, I was like, these cars are nice. What I really wanted to be, I wanted to be a traitor. Because I was like, I feel like you're just in more control. You control the game more, and you know everything. Whereas being a faithful, you are walking blindly and just hoping that you're sniffing out the right thing. When I was deemed a faithful, I was like, my thing is I'm gonna find 4 people, and I'm gonna say to them, whether you're a traitor or a faithful, I don't know what you are. Whatever it is, I trust you, and I want to go to the end of the game with you, which I do. Yeah.
See, I think that's correct. Going into the show, did you know anyone? Did you have any prior relationships?
So, I'm a big Survivor watcher. Love the Survivor, Boston Rob. I was hoping they'll bring you back for the second season. I was like, I'm going to hitch my wagon to you because my sister didn't listen to my ideas. So I was very familiar with Natalie's game. I'm familiar with her and Survivor and Jam Jam. And I think those were the only two. I didn't know any of the housewives besides Dorinda from the previous season.
You're not allowed to tell housewives you don't know them. I'm telling you,
They don't like that.
You can call them any name, apparently, and they do to each other. You are literally not allowed to say, I just don't know who you are. That's the biggest insult you can give a housewife, apparently.
It's the golden rule.
I can't even walk through BravoCon. I get a text.
I think it's the 11th commandment. You cannot, thou shalt not tell a housewife they don't know who they are.
Exactly.
Don't know who they are. Yeah.
How did no one in the castle know that Tara Lipinski and Johnny were friends? I don't understand how you...
Like, I'm not even, like, I don't even, like, Olympics figure skaters.
Yeah, they're both Olympic figure skaters.
Like, even I know that.
No, I just thought, I was like, oh, they both skate sometimes. Maybe they see together like, hey, girl.
See, like, I feel
friends.
like on Traitors, the gamers are grouped, the housewives are grouped. We have 2 Olympic figure skaters. They gotta be grouped.
They have to be grouped. They're like besties.
So many people have skated and won medals. I don't think they were.
Oh my goodness, he's arguing the opposite.
I know,
this
crazy.
is why, Monet. This is not good. So we have a clip for you. You haven't seen this
I
yet,
haven't seen anything.
but this is the moment when you find out you're murdered.
Oh, God.
And then the fallout at the breakfast the next morning. Let's check it out.
It's gotta be Monet.
He said Lisa.
And if he didn't say me, I would not pick him tonight.
Kept your mouth shut.
But he did.
I think our hands are tied.
I do too.
When you force her hand.
Damn. They got your girl. Dear Monet, they took my shirt too. Traitors, you have been murdered. I'm gonna haunt these hallways.
I love
my
it.
words. Ectoplasm on all these hoes. Okay. Damn.
I mean, you were onto them.
I'm shaking all over my body. That was horrible.
That's fucked up.
Here comes.
I know that I swore
Best
an
dress.
oath of treachery and
See, she's turned up.
awfulness and all of that, but murdering Monet sucks because he trusted me.
Should we raise a glass to him?
Yeah, let's raise the glass.
The best dressed, that's
no,
for sure.
one of the best dressed. Oh, man.
How does it feel watching that?
Oh my God, what it does, I'm like, damn, if I didn't trust Candace, I would have maybe still been there and I would have had a whole different trajectory in the show.
But you can't play those games. You can't play the what if and if I had only. I mean, we've done this, oh my God, for the past year over and over. What if,
I have
what if?
no regrets, for the record. For the record, none. So when you walk into the room and you see the chair and you see the letter, what's your first feeling?
My first feeling is instant regret because I think the reason that I am here getting murdered is because I got Tiffany eliminated yesterday. I think that for some reason, because of my reasons at the round table, I think that the traitors were like, oh, she's smart. We got to get her out of here.
Did you feel bad about the Tiffany thing?
I did feel bad. I felt really bad. Like, that's another one of those moments, right? I was like, it felt so visceral. I was like, yo, she is pleading for her life, basically.
Tell me the difference between how it feels to banish a faithful and how it feels to banish a traitor.
So when you banish a faithful, it feels like a gut punch because you're like, y'all, they like these 3, 4, however many of them are there are up there. They are like just taking us out one by one, and we are infighting, and we can't keep it together. But when you banish a traitor, baby,
Man, it feels good.
When Mama Kelsey sashayed away, I was like, Taylor gonna be mad, but yes, honey, she is gone. Ding dong, which is gone. So when you like get a trade out of there, like that feels so, it feels almost as sweet as St. Lucia.
I don't know if this is shade or not, but
What?
when you were, after you were murdered, someone in the house said, let's give it up for Monet. She was the best dressed in the house. And then Lisa goes, one of the best dressed. Like, did that have to be said?
As if it wasn't enough to murder me, she has to come for my fashion too. Lisa, you have crossed the line and there is no coming back. I will never forgive you. You can murder me. You can banish me. But talk about my fashion, Lisa?
Lisa's not making friends.
Who's better dressed, me or Bob?
Oh, you for sure.
Yes!
I mean, well, today. I'm not saying Bob looked like he got a picnic tablecloth on. I didn't say that.
But
I would never say that.
Picnic
What up,
table.
If other
Basket.
people said it, it wasn't me. If you had a chance to go back and do anything differently, is there anything you might? I mean, not the obvious, so not tell Candace,
Yeah.
but like, is there anything that you would have done differently with your journey?
I think what I would do is wait a little further on in the game to be a little more vocal. I think I was doing a decent job, but I think if the line of playing middle of the road is hair, I think I was hair just a little bit, and I think I needed to ride hair a little bit more and be vocal a little later on.
Winning Traitors would have been great. I know that. Bob knows that. But the second best thing, you lasted longer than Bob.
And Rob, that forever will be my pride and joy.
And on that note,
does that make you upset that it lasted longer than you?
no, because I had a bigger impact. I was also mentioned every episode. Not a big deal. It's not a
I don't
competition.
think so.
It's not a competition, but I am winning.
It's
but
false.
As Lisa said, since Lisa has deemed you one of the best dressed in the house, do you want to stick around and talk about her fashion with us?
Oh, I would love to. I would
boy.
relish the moment.
All right, I'm done at this part, right? You guys? I'll just stay here and watch.
We got to critique some of these baseball caps.
All right.
Welcome back to the official Traitors podcast, and now it's time to talk everything fashion. Honey, Monet, we need your opinions on this, okay?
Yes, please. I'd love to give them.
So Monet decided to go with a corset, like a tartan plaid corset over like a businessman look. It's like businessman gets off work, but then wears his wife's corset.
Yes.
What made you tuck the tie in?
I tucked the tie in. I don't know why I tucked the tie in. It was just a vibe. But you kind of nailed it. I wanted to give businessman, but with a little corset to cinch me in the middle.
So I gotta jump in here, okay? 'Cause I just feel like I owe it as a service to the straight people out there. Like, why, like, what's going on? It feels like I like the look, but like the corset maybe should go inside, no?
You're wearing your underwear on the outside. You want to talk about that?
Well, this corset specifically is made to be worn outside. This was made by our good sister Pearl Liaison. Pearl, who is a drag race sister of ours, and sometimes, Rob, you wear a corset on the outside.
Okay.
And do you ever put your briefs outside of your pants or put a
Sometimes.
bra on top of your...
On weekends.
It's like
Only on the
Madonna circa 1988.
Look at you knowing the Madonna reference,
Like
Boston
outside,
Rob.
yeah.
I'm impressed. Okay.
Dorinda Medley.
So this look, it like feels like she couldn't decide what pin to wear, so she's like, let's wear them all. Am I right? Like this should be one.
This is one of my favorite looks Dorinda's done on the show. She looks like a high fashion lawyer. I love her. I love Dorinda's hair. I have always loved Dorinda's hair. I think she looks stunning.
I got a question. Was it even a consideration amongst everybody to get rid of Dorinda again?
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't.
That's wild.
Why?
Thank you, Rob.
I thought for sure if she's not gone right away, there's a good chance she's a traitor. Back to the brooches. Are there too many?
It's stunning. That looks so good.
It does. We need more. We need more, Rob.
Damn. I'm starting to figure it out. Just like whatever you think is right is wrong. Just do the opposite, right?
Yes.
Do the opposite.
Okay, next episode, we're giving you a corset on the outside.
Next
a blazer
episode,
filled with brooches.
I'm gonna wear all my inside clothes on the outside, and people are gonna be
on
like,
top of your shoes.
"That's amazing! You got it."
Let's keep looking. So Alan Cumming is wearing I can't even know how to describe this hat. It's like some sort of a twine hat with these stones coming up from his eyebrow.
He has like a burnt orange blazer with a rattan vest on top of it and a ocelot or leopard ascot.
Yeah.
And another vibrant colored pocket square.
The only thing I see is a thing on the eye. That's it.
The eyebrow.
Like the
eyebrow.
suit and the hat is cute with the flowers, but like what is like one eyebrow, not the other?
It's giving Capital District in Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, yeah.
Very that.
What I love is that Alan makes these like really dope, bold choices on the show, and Alan is not afraid of color. He's not afraid of stones. He's not afraid of like. I mean, that's you have rattan, suede, and leopard. I'm like,
And
girl,
stones.
and stones. Like I love it. It all comes together. It looks
Throw
great.
it all together.
Someone who killed fashion for me on the show every day was Kristen Kitsch. I loved, she always wore some like dope lesbian fucking power suit. I remember this look at the round table. She had this like, it's not sequin, but it was some type of like glitter. It looked like a very expensive fabric, like a suit made out of like glitter. And she had this like lace shirt under with the red flower. And she had like this perfectly coiffed hair. Also, Kristen would make us sandwiches in the night. And you know, she's a chef. Well, not us, me. Kristen would make me a little sandwich here and there, like a perfectly like, she would toast the bread. She would put butter on it. So like Kristen, I just love her. She was one of my favorite people in the castle.
Rob's got going on.
Rob.
What is happening?
Let me tell you something. In that
You
outfit,
know what? I'm going to tell you what's going on with Rob because I know. He
us.
probably had a regular outfit and he had to hear it from Monet the whole time how he needs to step it up. So he's like, I'm going to go overalls, no shirt. And he probably got compliments from someone.
you know, Rob could have showed up in my room and stabbed me in my face wearing that outfit. And I would say, thank you.
Basically did show up and stab you.
Oh, yes, that is, you know, Rob could do no wrong. I don't care. He's a traitor.
Tiffany, if you're gonna go out, you wanna go out looking gorgeous. And Tiffany looks beautiful in this suit. She looks powerful. This color is so bold.
Yeah, and I think we should really give all the women in the castle, y'all, they're doing their own glam. They're doing their own hair, own makeup. So I think that is very impressive.
My favorite look of the week, I'm actually gonna give it to Dorinda Medley.
I really do like Dorinda's outfit minus all the brooches. Like if she had one, I would go with that. Alan got regular suit there, right? Minus the eyebrow thing, I'm going with Alan's regular suit minus the eyebrow for the win.
Well, you guys are both wrong. I give it to Monet Exchange and her elimination blazer. No, down, all the way down.
Ooh,
down.
that one would have been good, Monet.
Yeah, but wait till you see these brooches, Rob. You might.
Let me see.
Look at those brooches, Rob.
Dorinda had nothing on you. Look at this, and the buttons. Man, I didn't see that coming. You saved the best for last. Monet, you're the winner this week.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob.
All right, listen, as one of the best dressed, thank you so much for joining us. Give it up for Monet Exchange. Back to the grave with you, my dear.
To haunt you forever.
We're almost out of time, but before we do, let's talk about what we think is coming up next.
Okay, so this is the last rites, right? The part of the episode where we both get to have the final word. And first up, let's talk traitors and victims. Was everyone able to resist the temptation of a shield, do you think?
I don't think so. I think someone grabbed the shield.
You got to take care of yourself.
I think it was somebody in the last group, and I think when there were 4 shields available, all 4 of them scooped it up.
It's too tempting. I got to be honest. If I saw 4 shields and we could all have one, and we could all just be like,
As a faithful, I'm taking one.
yeah, I'm going to grab one too. And even as a traitor, I'm going to grab one. You know what I mean? Who's crushing it? For me, the MVP of this season is got to be Candace. Candace and Rob are a beautiful team.
I think Rob's doing a great job. I really do. I think Candace is doing a great job. Lisa is going to have her work cut up for moving forward.
Yeah. I will tell you right now, if you can survive a round table with heat on you, it feels good. But you know you're just on borrowed time. She is bringing heat to the traitor, but she's not bringing heat to the other traitor. It's just to her.
Right. I'll tell you one thing I really did like is how Rob recognized that Lisa was going to take on some heat. And he was like, well, might not be the worst thing in the world for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he was like, I'll protect her, but as long as I can. After that, it's kind of, I did what and honestly, I got to say, Rob is a really good, like his traitor instinct, he's not taking it personal.
I think he's doing a great job.
He's having a good time.
Yeah.
he's so under the radar without being too, it fits his personality.
Yeah.
He's kind of letting Candace take the reins at the round table. Can I ask who you're rooting for to win this season?
I'd like to see Rob win. I do. I feel like I don't know anything about him really. I didn't watch Love Island, but I feel like he's out of his element, but he has the strategic mindset and the demeanor to go all the way. And I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people expect it.
I want to see Candace and Rob at the finale together. If I can only pick one, I'm going to pick Candace, although she's probably got a little more heat than Rob does. Rob has practically none. He's lukewarm at best. Yeah. But I would love to see Candace and Rob standing there together and betraying someone like Johnny, or just dragging Ron all the way through the game, just ruining his life, helping him get no sleep, and then being like, girl, you knew you weren't going to win.
Bob, I don't even know how you get away with it, my man. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot more to play, and we know that things are constantly changing, so making any kind of prediction at this point is a little fruitless, but I think we're kind of on the same page there. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to watch episode 6 of The Traitors, only on Peacock, next Thursday.
And you can find us on the Traitors official podcast, dropping after every episode on Peacock, YouTube, and listen and follow wherever you get your podcast so you never miss an episode. All right, bye, everyone.